All right. We live here, right here, live in the studio, and we're sitting the uh, on the studio line. I won't tell you now we full. We just got to eat.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We
Shout
just
out
got
to
to eat.
shout out to Burger Park USA.
Burger Boy good.
Sunnyside, USA. Shout out to Burger Park.
I am your CEO, the founder of this network, and we're sitting here with Bishop Marshall Harris, Bishop, and he's a good friend of mine. He has a church over in 1960. We was with him for Easter, Good Friday. Had a good time. I know y'all waiting on the videos to be coming up, but he's going to bring the videos and we're going to upload them and what have you so you get a chance to see. We had a wonderful time over there with him, along with his precious wife and the new direction. Yes. New direction. And it was a beautiful time. Some of y'all, you live in that area, it's a good church to visit. Let him tell you what is going to be the best way to get your way. Come on, Bishop Marshall, talk to the
Say,
folk.
say hi. My name is Dr. Bishop Marshall D. Harris. D stands for Dwayne. Um, we're located here in the great city of Houston on the north side, holding it down on that side. We have a ministry we founded in 1999 called New Direction Community Fellowship, where we believe there is hope in the hood. Hood stands for helping others obtain direction. I founded that church in the city of Lubbock, Texas, and we transferred here about 18 years ago. And it was based out of hurt, out of bleeding, out of being wounded, and God sent us to be healed in Harris County. What better place for Harris than Harris County? I couldn't have scripted
You
that.
part of the Harrison?
I couldn't have scripted that no better myself.
Right.
And then as soon as I got here, I got a chance to hook up with some tremendous folk. Being wounded from abandonment, life had passed, and I was broken, spiritually broken, and I was thanking God for the opportunity to get out. Sometimes you just feel like you just gotta get away. Sometimes you feel like, man, you gotta go, man. There's the first law of nature that says we can't adapt, man, changing environments.
That's the rule right there. That rule right there. Change. And a lot of people don't like change.
Yeah.
They can't handle change. They don't want to change. They want to sit and become an adversary of bad news.
Yeah.
And when that happened, you were at the point of self-destruct. It was today in the Baptist Association over there, and they were talking about the mental health, right? And it was talking about how many pastors are literally affected about the things along with happening around us. We often say that the people are always in trouble, but nobody talks about the good pastor. The good pastor who always gives the best and does the best and winds up with the short end of the stick. And now what we need to do is have a resource for the leaders to be able to reach out and communicate and touch and agree to get help. You can tell the real leaders. The real leaders are always bursting out something. But you got to watch these leaders who always getting something handed to them.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't earned it.
Right.
So since they ain't earned it, they're not going to appreciate it. That's why I will not allow a pastor that's in the covenant of the Eagle Eye Fellowship International Church that did not earn his way to that chair to sit in to say, Pastor, you are not pastor. I don't give out licenses anymore. You have to earn it. So today was a very good day with the conclave. The Baptist Association venue. it was very nice. We heard from Pastor Bailey, who did an awesome job, and we also heard from, oh my God, that Reverend Adolph. Ooh, that Reverend Adolph. And then the moderator, C.L. Wallace, came in and just wiped us out.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it was a good thing. It was a good, and I want to say to a lot of you ministers who are out here without direction, you want to go and meet us at the location. I'm going to come back on live and at a later time to um, tell you and show you the directions and how to get there. You want to come. You want to be a part. This is what you call a safe haven and a help for you. It is a place for you to get help. So, Bishop Marshall.
We have we on the north side, we have something similar to that, Bishop Thomas, and I just want to just thank you for allowing me to come and to be able.
Oh, you my friend. No problem.
Yeah,
you my friend.
I told you earlier, man, you're in heaven. You my brother. And I thank God for you, man. I've known you now we've been knowing each other now for almost 2 years.
Right.
And that was birthed out of networking. And that's what I wanted to say. Like so oftentimes when you never know how God ended up making this world smaller to connect with. Because one of the things I said, Bishop Thomas, when I first got in all seriousness, I love to joke, but meaning all seriousness, I've been a pastor that always tried to connect other pastors together. Because I believe there's not to put on, man. There was a proverb, a great proverb said, if you want to get somewhere fast, go by yourself.
That's it.
But if you want to get somewhere far, take a group. Man, if you relay, man, that you can hand a baton to.
Right.
Who has got the same, who is going to the same destination you did, and yet they are worthy of your journey. And I always say this: if you are not ready, you're not ready for the journey.
That's it.
Then you are not a part of my. If you're not going to the same destination, then you're not worthy of my journey.
No.
So I ask God, Bishop, to connect with me with people who have like minds. Paul said it in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 9 and 10. He said, I beseech you therefore, brother, that you all speak the same language. That we know the visions among
It's almost like we don't even read the same Bible no more.
Man, it's because we too busy trying to
outshine one another.
Not only that, Bishop, but would you agree that there are too many people that are not seeking God for themselves, that we're too easy to go to an app to find something.
App facility
or an app to be able to validate what we think we know.
That's it.
And so what we think we know, then what we learn from what we think we know, somebody to validate that little bit of knowledge that we have gotten or received. Right. Now we want to go find someone on the same plateau, and what you're missing out on, I think the writers Asaph said it like this. He said, man, as the deer panteth for the waters brute, so longs my soul to be with you. And there's a deep calling of the deep, man. We want deep things of God. We don't want to settle for the shallow. So we have to go and we have to search out God through the Holy Spirit, man, to be able to learn and stop being down on what you ain't up on.
That part right there, that part, we're too busy, I believe, trying to outshine one another when we all on the same road. If we can get further if we act as a
group, man. It takes collaborations. I told Dr. Those of you who don't know, I told Dr. Bishop Thomas that when I came in to come into the studio here, I looked around and I marveled. I said, would you show me how to do what you're doing? And Bishop, that's what I've always done.
Right.
If someone come to me, man, I'm gonna show you what I do.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid.
We network and make one big fist here.
Come on, man.
Yeah, no problem.
There's too many of us trying to hold out, man. I don't want to teach you nothing. I don't want to tell you anything.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get all the accolades. You ain't going nowhere with that.
Well, the Bible got one thing for that, Bishop. And it's called the Nimrod spirit.
Bishop Nimrod.
Bishop Nimrod. Bishop Nimrod.
Not the Bishop
Not the
Nimrod.
Bishop Nimrod. That's somebody who's trying to build their kingdom.
Yeah.
Man, and they gonna build. And wait a minute, Nimrod, Bishop Nimrod, Apostle Nimrod, he don't care about about how he gets build his kingdom as long as he build it to be almost on the plateau of God.
That's it.
You know what that spirit is called?
What's that called?
The spirit of divination. It's a divine spirit, man. That divine spirit. And Jesus said, I saw that divine spirit.
I saw it.
It's Luciferic, man. He said, I saw Lucifer falling like lightning from heaven.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
I saw it.
That same spirit is on there
walking around in so many of our brethren and so-called brethren.
Yeah.
They possess the spirit of Nimrod, which is the spirit of divination,
right.
which is the spirit of Lucifer,
right.
which is wanting to be, he's not satisfied with his kingdom being high as God. He wants his kingdom to be above
God.
Come on, bro. Jesus, what did God say? God said, let's go down there and see what they're doing. No matter how high you think you are, God still got to come down.
Still got to come. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you.
We can't get high as God.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you.
You trying
got
to
stay on your level.
Stay on, man. Stay on your level.
Stay on your level. Quit trying to jump that high because you're going to break your leg.
Not only you're going to break legs that's around you, too. Too many people are following the Nimrod spirit.
That's it.
Golly, somebody that don't care nothing about nobody but themselves.
That's it, man. And that's the way. And that's the way that life is. That's the way life is treating us. We won't us for them. We was talking on the way in the car about the different things about Donald Trump and the congressmen, different ones.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the show this morning dealing with Congress Al Green, which we had him last week.
Okay.
And they asked him the question, why did the Democrats lose? And why did the Democrats they don't want to, the people don't even want to vote blue anymore. They want to vote red. And he came out and he said on the interview, and I'm going to share that clip soon with y'all, but he came out and he said, we lied to him. This is what he said. He said, we lied to him. The people seen the lie. We failed. We didn't do anything that we supposed to be doing. We actually lied to him. So what do we have to do? He said, we're going to have to stop saying the same old song and do something great. And I want to say to you guys that are out here, we're not going to having these meetings just to say we're having a meeting. We're actually getting involved in the community. We're actually here to get you help. We're having a program that you don't even know anything about, and we're definitely getting ready to introduce these programs to you on a top level so that you will be able to be a part and know what to get and know. Some of you don't some of you need to know, and I'm sorry, because I just got to eat a nice hamburger and some fries and some slushies. I'm not going to tell you, he did it. He did it. I want the world to know he did it. But anyway, so they have programs that instead of calling the police, you got family members who are in trouble, you can actually call 988, which is a mobile unit that comes out and service people who are having a mental issue instead of them facing the gun of a cop.
Yeah. What happens all too often, Bishop? I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
There are so oftentimes, man, when there was a call that went out, a brother who had a knife in his hand.
Yeah.
And he was mentally challenged. He was having a breakdown at that moment.
Right.
And he accidentally pushed 911
instead of 988.
988. We want to get you that 988 is a hotline for anyone who needs emergency mental attention, and it will bring out the unit.
Right.
And they call that number. We found out. I did a segment about a few months ago.
Okay.
And it was called Houston we have a problem.
Okay, okay,
And it
okay.
was dealing with the mental state
Right,
of humankind.
right,
And yet, I even brought it even closer to not just the pool of
right.
humanity, which is humanity right now. If we look around right now, given the state of our world, it's a wonder anybody got some sense.
It, I'm for real. Now you talking, but
Man,
that's real talk right
man,
there.
yeah. I mean, really, when we look at the state of our union, the state of the world,
Come on, man.
man, and when there is so much devastation, man, every time you look around, there is a shift, a global shift, a global economy, economics. We look at global warming, which is even. You know what I found out? Pastor? The Lord told us. He said, "Consider the end. Consider the end. Well, if you want to know how to maneuver,
Right,
how to do stuff the right way,
right.
just consider the end." But when I found out, Bishop, the ants are confused. What?
Not the
The ants are confused.
The ants.
They are confused. Houston, we have a problem
We gotta see.
because look, with the global shift in the dynamics
Right,
of global warming,
right.
then the seasons are messed up. So the ants think it's time for them to come out.
When it's time for them to stay.
Come on, man. And then they come out. Have you seen it? Like, they'll come out. They go just like that little thing. They come out to see the shadow.
That's it.
The ants will come out, Bishop, and they like, oh, we can come out now in Houston. And then all of a sudden, here comes this big old freeze. We don't get
Kill 'em
freeze,
again.
and then they're like, wait, there's freeze. It's freezing. It's not
It's
time.
too late.
You in Houston, we don't get freeze at that
Right,
time.
right,
And then
right.
the ants say, well, we got to go back in. And
Yeah.
then they go back in. And we are trying to say, well, it's going to be spring in
Right,
Houston.
right.
And then all of a sudden, we got look, tornadoes everywhere. Man, when did we last time we in Houston got all these tornadoes like we've been getting? We get hurricanes.
Typhoon, tsunami.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
Now, man, Houston, we have a problem.
we got a problem.
Mental illness
Right,
is a problem. I have two psychologists.
right.
Dr. Dave Cole, I'll ship them to anybody. Dr. Dave Cole, who's my psychologist, because preachers now, and we're getting so much on us.
Right, right.
Actually, that was the time when the most of the counseling that we may do would help someone with their marriage issue.
That's right.
But now we got to help them financially,
That's right.
mentally.
That's right.
Man, that's going through, man, they don't understand how divorce is on a rampage.
That's right.
People don't know which way is up. I
You don't
wish
know
Preacher
what
was
it
here.
is up, let alone down.
Man, we don't know, man. We don't know how to deal with issues that people are going on.
Right.
And then it impacts us and we take so much, man, mental instability is real.
It's real.
People, if I can look at you right now, don't hesitate to find you a psychologist. Go get that stuff off of you. Take your children,
Right.
because our children are being impacted. We get ready, and I'm going to say this last thing. We're getting ready right now to launch an initiative. It's called the PKS.
Tell me more.
PKS is Preacher's Kids Summit.
That's gonna be a good.
Yo, brother.
Who is the worst? We were
Oh, man.
worst,
The PKs. Man, it started when God gave me this a few months ago.
Right.
Well, actually, about a year ago, because I did this. I wrote this message called "The Sins of the Father,"
Right.
and I was talking from my perspective,
Right.
from me, from my sins,
Right.
and how it's impacted my children.
Right.
Not just my sins, but my lack of real life
Right.
formation.
Right.
I took my kids, Bishop, to church after church after church, developing and saying, I got to get them spiritually right.
Right.
But in the meantime, man, I didn't balance it with this real life.
Right. Right.
I was too busy having a church. Oh, my grandmother drugged me to church. Yes, she did, but she should drag you also to the street so you can get some sense.
Yeah.
So, man, let you go out, make your mistakes
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Bro, wouldn't you agree with me?
Yes.
That was an unhealthy balance.
It was unhealthy, but it sure was good to you.
It was good. It was good to the parents.
It was good for you too.
It was good for me later.
It was good later. Yeah, it was good.
But how much did I have to go through?
Well,
Wait a minute. Can I tell you what I had to
come
go
on
through?
with it.
Man, I had to go through. By the time I realized that grandma great dragging me to church was good for me, man, here I am, got 8 kids, 6 with four.
Well, we did it to ourselves, didn't we?
No. We didn't get a real life look at what was really going on because we were too shielded in the church. And when we got outside the church, man, we went buck wild. Oh,
Wow.
Tune into my book called Moments with Marshall.
That's right. Tell them about that book too. That's right. Tell them
Yeah.
about the book.
The book.
Yeah, tell them about the book.
That book, man, is about to be released within the next few months.
Okay.
It's my total life of my memoirs of me wondering what happened to me. How did I get to where I was? Now I'm not talking about this nice little
Right.
guy that you look right now. Look
Yeah,
at
look
me, y'all.
good,
I look
right
good right
now.
now. I'm looking picture perfect as a
Yeah.
pastor preacher.
Behind the
But
scenes.
behind that, there was some bleeding, y'all. Not only did I bleed, but I shed blood. And so, man, if we get real about it, it wasn't preachers, y'all need to get out behind those fig leaves and stop trying to hide and put our book. Man, we got to get from those bushes, and I'm coming out behind the bushes.
That part.
And I'm letting you know how I got here. From my misery.
That's it.
To my ministry, the music that shaped me.
That's it.
I can sing pretty good.
You do real good, man.
Yeah.
You do real good. You do real good. You know, I know you do
that was music because OJ wrote a song called "We Got a Message."
Yeah.
That's
OJ.
So y'all be ready for it. It's a tell-all. It also has a way of understanding why I was misery. My misery was caused so much pain, and then how God had to deliver me and get me to this point. So I just want you to tune in for your young ministers who are now trying to hurry up and skip the stages of ministry. You're trying to get to
pastoral seat.
Oh man,
it ain't earned your way.
You ain't bled. Man, I had preached this message once before at this revival. Thought I had preached once, man. I had hoopology. I had it all. Man, I took it home. I did everything.
Yeah.
Man, I had my 3 points.
Right.
I was preaching with alliterations.
Right.
Hermeneutically sound.
Right.
Homiletically ready.
Ready.
Man, I got through with that preaching the message. People were receiving, clapping, standing. And then this old lady came to me and she said to me, she says, young man, you had a good message. She said, you was well, you articulated well, you had all your stuff down. She said, I love to hear you preach, but I can't wait to hear you preach when you get some blood on.
Change the game.
Man, some blood on your preaching. There are too many of y'all want to jump. You gotta go through the process.
Where your blood count at? What's your blood count?
Man, you better bleed. You gotta bleed. And if you ever want to know where Plainview, Texas is, you can follow my faint trail of blood that took me all the way there to my first bleeding as a pastor. Bless you, man. I'm sorry. I get carried away.
You did excellent on that. You did very good.
Thank you, brother.
We're happy to have him here. We're gonna bring him back to the studio. He's actually taking out a slot, 30-minute slot here with us. He's working on his date and time, and you'll be able to hear more of it. He'll come here, or he'll be in his studio himself at his office or whatever. He'll be able to be with us here. So we're working on very highly educated, intense worker.
Right.
I don't hang out with weaklings. I hang out with someone. I did some things to him, and I did it to intentionally find out his integrity. Man has integrity. Because it had been me, I'd have hooked you up. I don't know if he knew it. I don't know if he don't know it. But I told him this Friday night. I told him that, and he's got integrity. Brethren, good preacher to call. to get him to come preach for you. Know the Bible. He's biblical, tact. And y'all know me. I don't allow no foolishness around me. If you come on my platform, you are somebody. Your work has been looked into. Not a false one, not a fake one, not a money seeker, not a pimp in the pulpit. He ain't looking for no whores in the pew.
No, no.
He's none of that. He is a real preaching machine. So if you want to get him, you can call his studio at 281 270. Matter of fact, let me put the number up now on the banner here. And you can call this number that's up there now. You call into the studio, and what'll happen is we'll get Bishop Marshall on the line, or we'll call him and ask him, is it okay for you to have a number of where to call him at? But meanwhile, while we're sitting here, you can call the studio hotline 281 270 3712. Call it and we will give you what you need to be able to get in contact with this great gospel preacher. Listen, we gotta go. He's gotta go. We can't keep him here. We gotta get him where he's going. And I'm on my way, and I'll be back in the studio later on tonight. Is Tuesday night, meaning that this is what you call men's round table. And so we'll be back on again tonight, and we're going to talk about some very good top subjects and topics. You don't know the difference between subjects and topics. We'll be back here tonight to learn what the subject is and what the topic is. And then we're going to put them together and see what kind of answer we can come up with. All right, listen, we are out of here. We will see you guys, and we want to thank Bishop Marshall for coming, Bishop Marshall Harris. You can't call it Marshall because you ain't equipped to call it. You got to call it by it. I can call it, but even on television, there is integrity and respect. This is Bishop Marshall Harris. If you're looking for him, call that studio at that number at the bottom. Until then, children, y'all be sweet. And tell you what, this is what I am going to do. I'm going to do what the devil won't do. That's leave you alone. Y'all be blessed. Y'all take care of yourself, and we love you much.
Welcome to EEFI Television Networks. Scan the QR code for more information. Thanks for watching.